The Queen and the royal family are supporters of the Black Lives Matter (BLM) movement, one of Her Majesty's representatives has claimed. Sir Ken Alyssa, the first Black Lord Lieutenant for London, has claimed the royals are in favour of the movement, which is also supported by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry. Speaking to Channel 4, Sir Ken said he had discussed the topic of racism with members of the royal household in the wake of George Floyd's murder in the US. He said, "I have discussed with the royal household this whole issue of race, particularly in the last 12 months since the George Floyd incident. It's a hot conversation topic. The question is, what more can we do to bind society to remove these barriers? They, the royals, care passionately about making this one nation bound by the same values." Asked if the palace support BLM, Sir Ken added, "The answer is easily yes." The Black Lives Matter movement rose to prominence following the tragic death of George Floyd in Minneapolis on May 25, 2020. Videos of police officer Derek Chauvin kneeling on George Floyd's neck were circulated around the world and triggered widespread protests. The Duchess of Sussex spoke out in support of Black Lives Matter in June 2020 and delivered a heartfelt message to students at her former school in Los Angeles. Speaking in a video to graduates from Immaculate Heart High School, Meghan said, "You are going to have empathy for those who don't see the world through the same lens that you do. Because as diverse and vibrant and open-minded as I know that the teachings of the Immaculate Heart are, I know that you know that Black Lives Matter." She added, "What is happening in our country, and in our state, and in our hometown of La, has been absolutely devastating. I wasn't sure what I could say to you. I wanted to say the right thing, and I was really nervous that I wouldn't, or it would get picked apart. And I realized the only wrong thing to say is to say nothing, because George Floyd's life mattered, and Breonna Taylor's life mattered, and Philando Castile's life mattered, and Tamir Rice's life mattered, and so did so many other people whose names we know, and whose names we do not know." A month later, Prince Harry openly acknowledged the Black Lives Matter movement during a virtual Diana Awards ceremony. The Duke said, "Institutional racism has no place in our societies, yet it is still endemic. Unconscious bias must be acknowledged without blame, to create a better world for all of you." Speaking to British GQ magazine last October, Harry also stressed the need for everyone in society to take an active role in educating themselves about racism. The Duke of Sussex said, "This is not a case of that it's up to the black community to help educate us, to show us the way. It's like, no, guys, there are books, there are movies, there's so many educational opportunities out there." He added, "Every day is a learning process, and it's not actually up for debate. These are the facts. This is what's happening, and it's been very interesting for me to sit through or live through this in America." Reflecting on the widespread protests sparked by the Black Lives Matter movement, the Queen's grandson called for fundamental changes and urged people to take a long, hard look at themselves in the mirror. The royal family faced its own racism storm earlier this year following Meghan and Harry's explosive interview with Oprah Winfrey. The Duchess claimed an unnamed royal, not the Queen, nor the Duke of Edinburgh, raised concerns with Harry about how dark their son Archie's skin tone might be before he was born. Buckingham Palace issued a statement saying that the issues raised would be dealt with privately as a family, but that some recollections may vary. During a royal engagement in the days following the interview in March 2021, Prince William defended the monarchy and told reporters we're very much not a racist family